Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. Today I wanted to make just a quick video just rounding up the first quarter of the year. I've never tried to do these types of videos before, but I know that they're really popular and I personally enjoy watching them. And so I thought that I would do a little one on my own. I'm just going to walk you through some stats following my trusty reading journal, and I'm also going to mention my 3 favorite books of the quarter, which you can find mostly in vlogs, and just a little reflection on how my year is going, what I would like to change. And so without further ado, let's just get into it. In the first 3 months of the year, I read 16 books and I had 1 DNF, which is already a big win for me because I'm not afraid of DNF. So if I haven't DNF'd a book, or if I've only DNF'd 1 book, is really because I've only felt like it one time. All the books that I've read have been really great so far. I'm having a really good reading year so far, which is encouraging. As well as my average rating is actually 4.1 stars, which is incredible. I feel like it just reflects how much I'm enjoying what I'm reading this year, and I think that mostly has to do with what I'm choosing to read. And I think that that's a really cool thing to be able to say. So across those 16 books that I read 5,976 pages, so almost 6,000 pages, and that equals to about almost 2,000 pages per month. My first 2 months of the year were definitely the strongest one. March was less so, and April even less so. But I do want to tell you that of those 16, 6 were for my physical TBR, which is almost 40% of the books, which is exactly what I wanted for this year. I really want to focus, at least in the first half of the year, on my physical TBR and reading the books that I already own, which is really nice. And I feel like I am achieving that, which is great to know. And 2 of them were ebooks, which I also had a goal of reading more on my Kindle. That hasn't happened quite yet, but I do have a lot of books on there that I'm going to read soon, and I feel like that statistic will go up in the next months. Basically, I've been having a great time reading this year. I wish I could read more, but what I have been reading has been really great, and I want to talk to you very briefly about my 3 favorite books of this first quarter. These 2 are my favorite books of the year so far. They are tied for number 1. We have Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Tojimura. This is one of the first books that I read this year, one of my first vlogs of the year as well. And I just absolutely love this. It's about mental health issues. It's about being a teenager with anxiety. It's an urban fantasy that really helped me to deal a lot with the issues that I've also been facing. And it brought me a lot of... Oh my god, the dogs are going insane outside. Okay. It brought me a lot of comfort. It brought me a lot of joy, a lot of tears. I bawled my eyes out reading this book, and that does not happen to me often. I just read it at the right time, and it became an instant favorite. I also love this edition, and I just love having it, and it's a book that I think about very fondly. And secondly, we have Nightcrawling, which I have read more recently, by Lila Motley. This is a favorite simply because of the story. The writing in this is spectacular. I really connected with the characters and what they went through in this book. The fact that it's based on a true story that happened, and about how little Black girls are protected specifically in this context, it's the United States, but I guess it is unfortunately a universal experience. It didn't bring me the comfort and the joy that Lonely Castle in the Mirror did. It was less of a personal experience, but it is a book that objectively is insanely amazing, and Lila Motley is so talented, and if you haven't read this one, you have to. And these are both just 5 stars all across the board. This one, I would say, is less likely for other people to become a favorite because it was a 5-star, like a more emotional 5-star. This was like an objective, this book is just incredible 5-star. But these have been my 2 favorite books of the year so far. I have no idea if any book is going to stack up against this one's, but in an honorable mention, because as I said, my star rating has been really great this year. I have one of my 4 stars, which is Exit West by Mohsin Hamid. I really enjoyed this book. It's about the horrors of war and the escapism and the migrant experience. I really enjoyed it. It follows the central romance, and it was really, really beautiful. And even though it wasn't a 5-star, I highly recommend this. I really, really loved it. And I think that the central characters were very well crafted. Their romance was really beautiful to follow, and it just was a beautiful mix between poetic and romance and the horrors of war. So these were my 3 favorite books of the first quarter of the year, but as I said, I had a lot of other 4-stars that are worth shouting out. So if you want to see all my previous vlogs, you can do that. And as we skewer towards that, I actually do want to talk about my content this year. I have been really happy with the content that I'm making. It's hard to be fully content because I do feel like I still am a very small channel, and I've been struggling to grow for a long time now. But I feel like I am in a happy place with my content. One of my goals for this year was to make more reading vlogs because it's something that I really enjoy doing, and I feel like people enjoy watching them, and I have been doing that. I haven't been the most consistent, but I have definitely been making way more than I used to. And I've just been trying to be consistent, uploading a video every single week when I can, 2 videos. And even though I have a lot going on backstage with like university and my internship, I feel like I have been dedicating this space to YouTube, and also I've been trying to make more content on Instagram if you want to follow me. But yeah, it's just hard to stay motivated when I do feel like my stats, like I just grow very slowly. I have been on BookTube for over 3 years now, and it's just not going as I wanted it to go. But that doesn't mean that I'm not proud of myself, and I do want to continue making more vlogs, and especially more themed vlogs, because I do like weekly reading vlogs, but I do want to make more themed reading vlogs. I have some new series in mind that I want to try out. I'm just waiting for this chaotic months of my life to wrap up, but from like May, June on, I am going to be much more available to invest in my YouTube channel, which is where I'm very happy, and I am happy with the content that I'm making. And if you have any suggestions for videos that I can do, I would also love to know. But yeah, I am happy with how things are going, even though the feedback is not always the most encouraging in terms of like stats. But you can't really focus on that because I make videos because I enjoy to do videos. If I didn't, I would have given up a long time ago. Another thing that I'm really happy that I've been doing, I've been actually sticking to my TBRs a lot more, and I haven't been doing TBRs just for the sake of doing them. For example, I didn't do an April TBR because I knew I had to catch up on some other things, and even though TBR videos are usually popular, I didn't really want to do them just for the sake of making another video. I have been more conscious when making TBRs, and I have been actually sticking to them. And I've been discovering this year that I don't think I'm a mood reader anymore. I think that I'm a TBR girly, which is a nice change of pace, because I always used to do like, I never used to stick to TBRs, and I would always just like choose whatever I felt like reading. But now I'm much more of like a list girly, which actually has been helping out a lot with the videos that I'm making and the videos that I'm planning to do for the rest of the year. So that's definitely really exciting. And I also want to make more thoughtful videos. Sometimes I want to do not like video essays, not like a deep dive into anything, just a video talking about a subject. It can be related to books or not, but I'm always kind of scared to shift my content that way and make a more thoughtful and quiet and low-key video. But I feel like that's something that I want to experiment with more this year, and just trying out different types of content, because I feel like I'm the happiest when I'm experimenting, and I feel like I'm growing and trying out new things. So that's definitely something that I want to prioritize for the rest of the year. So yeah, just to wrap up all of these thoughts that I'm having, I feel like my year in terms of reading is going really well. I wish to read more. It has slowed down a little bit in the last month, but I'm hopeful that it will pick up once I am done with the academic part of my life at the moment. And I am really happy with the books I'm reading. I'm really enjoying the books that I am reading. I am reading books off my physical TBR, which was the best goal. I'm using my library a little less, which was indirectly a goal because I have to read books that I already own. I haven't been buying a lot of books, which is also something that I wanted to cut down on this year. And overall, I feel like I'm just having a great time, and I want to continue and make this year as positive as I can for myself and my channel and the content that I'm making. And hopefully you watching my channel feel that way as well. If you have any suggestions, any videos that you would like to see, any feedback that you want to give, please, I would appreciate that. But I hope that you feel this ease that I'm having this year, and I hope that you also feel content with the content that I'm putting out. And yeah, let's make the rest of the year as positive as this first quarter was. Alright friends, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.